Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays from the Banger Music Awards, and your host, of course, John LeMang. Thank you for stopping in. I know it's a busy day for most of you, so I just want to give you a few quick notes since we haven't had a little talk here in about a week or so. Finally got through all the ballots that have come in, and we'll discuss that pretty soon. We usually wait a little bit after we get rolling along to start counting those ballots, and we finally got through them. Actually, I got through with them a lot earlier than I suspected I would be, but we'll get to that. Want to give a big shout out to Ruyter Suys from Nashville Pussy, who probably has done one of the coolest presentations for the Banger Music Awards ever, and I can't wait for you all to check it out, and that'll be January 15th on Alien X Radio and some other stations that will be backing us up and carrying it. So we're gonna have a live chat that night, and while it's all going on, it'll be really cool. So we hope to see you there. Also want to remind you that voting goes to January 10th, 2022. That's about a little over 2 weeks left, ladies and gentlemen, to get those votes in. We've gone through a little over 3 weeks of voting, and I think that's normally what I want to do on a Christmas or holiday broadcast on an update here is give you all the good news that has been going on, and that's about it actually for the good news, because if we have some lumps. We got some lumps for Christmas here at the Banger Music Awards, especially after counting the ballots. And before I get into that, I want to address two issues that have come up. I've been scouring through the social medias of all the bands, and I can't say all the musicians, but I've been checking around just to see if anybody's talking about the music awards, if you guys have been promoting or whatever, and that. A couple things came up with the website. I forgot who it was, but there's some issue supposedly that it's not mobile friendly, and we apologize that it may not be your typically mobile friendly site. We do our best here. We build our site ourselves. We got to keep everything economical, and but it's been the same format for 3 years, and we've had pretty good success with this current format of ballot. Not only that, we did go a little further by making everything a little bit bigger on the page to do our best to accommodate the mobile voter there. Now, outside of that, it seemed to have been working great for the past 2 years. So when I saw some comments about that, I just went and looked, and I checked it myself, and we did all the tests, and I was like, okay, you got to blow it up a little bit, but we're not the only site in the world that you have to do that for. I apologize if we're not perfect at our mobile interface through our website, but we're doing our best, and it isn't that difficult because we've tried it, we've had other people try it, and it just takes a few moments to look it over and kind of familiarize yourself with what's going on there. Another thing that has been happening that we would like to discuss is people are submitting ballots without any votes on, and we've had actually a good portion of our rejected ballots. Now, I've sent out emails to everybody who did all the proper information except actually voting for something, and I don't know if they'll come back and vote again, but I did send them all an email because that's what we try to do here is if there's difficulties with people, if they're not, getting things right, we try to at least help them through it to get them to be able to cast those votes, because we know you guys count on those votes because that's how you win an award, right? other thing that's been happening, and this is a little more troubling, is we had I think there were about 1,900 ballots that we had to count, which was already a little low from where we're standing right now. But we go through the 1,900 ballots over the last 3 days. We've been counting them up, and there's been, I would say 40% of them were actual double, triple, quadruple voting. We had some people who just don't understand that they can come back next week and vote again. They had to vote like 10 times in a row, and we have to reject everything but the one ballot, because we count everything visually, because we want everything on the up and up for you guys. So we had to reject a whole bunch of that, but then that really reduced the amount of working ballots or official ballots that were counted. And then we got really concerned. It's like we're about 300 to 400 ballots short technically, but when we did the count, we're like 2,000 votes lower than normal. And that's very troubling to us. And a lot of it I can attribute to bands just voting for themselves and no one else. It seems that this year, above all other years, that there's more one thing and you're out voting. Now, I know I don't expect your fans to go through and vote for everybody else, but the bands, as we've talked about in prior videos, should be voting for each other, checking each other out, because that's what this is about. We're lifting each other up, and everybody's just voting for themselves. And I kind of brought that up before, but it's really taken its toll on the numbers in per se. And we're in one of those make or break years, right? We're in our 5th year here at the Bangor Music Awards, and we really got to do some impressive stuff. So bands, if you can, just the band members. I don't expect everybody else to do it. We may have to do some other things to make sure people are voting, because unfortunately this year, above others, people are having a hard time understanding that they have to pick somebody before they submit their vote. I don't know why that is. It's the same format, as I've said, for the last 3 years now, and the last 2 years it worked great. In fact, it help vote counts because of that. But this year, for some reason or another, that's not the case. Another thing that, when I look at the reasons why our vote counts are lower and the ballots are lower in general, I was trying to, what have I not done this year? I've really gone above and beyond I've done any other year. And I've really, in my opinion, gave every aspect, the marketing, the promotion to the bands, the interviews, the sponsors. We have more of everything. We have more star presenters this year. And I start realizing that I don't know what more I can do to help get the vote counts up. And then when we go around and look at the social medias, we start realizing part of the problem is with that. There's a multitude of problems, but one of the major things we're seeing is that if you guys are sharing the information to the Bangor Music Awards, you're only sharing the promo picture, and you're hoping everybody reads into that, and you're not telling them what to do, and you're not explaining to them what they should be doing. And as a result of that, you're hurting the average person is not going to go through all these things that they see through social media and just pick out something that's just a picture or an ad, unless it's a picture of you. And when they see just something random like that, they're going to overlook that. So unless you're telling them to go here the specific way and then showing them how to vote, and I know that seems like a little bit of work, and maybe that should be something on my end, but with all the stuff that I've put into this year and the success we've had in the past, voting has never been an issue. But this year it seems to, for some reason, it seems to be a little more difficult, not only to get valid ballots in, but to actually have people voting for more than just themselves. Even the stalwart bands that are guaranteed big numbers every year, and they have an actual great following, their numbers are so low. It was shocking to me. I actually did not understand the problem. Now I've checked with make sure there wasn't something on our end, but we had plenty of ballots each and every day. It cooled off like normal a couple days before Christmas, and then it'll pick up a little bit, but that's our normal. This week cooled off about a week and a half early, and we haven't seen much. I'm hoping we see an increase after the holiday here, but I also think that's because, and this is on you bands and artists, you guys just share something once, and that's it. And that's not gonna do anything to help you guys out or the other guys out, and you're not teaming up with other bands as well. Like I've seen this in the past. Bands from certain countries will get together and say, "Hey, let's all get our fans to vote for all of us, for Greece or for Italy or for the United States." We're so diverse of a ballot that you can do that. And that brings in 3 or 4 votes per ballot. And that's not the case this year. There was always a camaraderie about the Bangor Music Awards the last 2 years, and I don't know what's going on this year. And then another thing that I want to bring up, because I know bands don't always do their own marketing, so they may not be adept at knowing how to get more votes generated, but this year more than ever, we've had promotion companies of all sorts sending me their material. The bands. That's part of the reason why, because our show got so big, that is part of the reason why we had so many promotional companies sending us tracks in. I mean, we're dealing with promotion companies that are sending us stuff from like Wasp and Black Sabbath and all these other things. I shouldn't say former artists of Black Sabbath, because that's how big our show has gotten. Thankfully, it's a lot of hard work doing this stuff. But these promotion companies, I don't know if they're doing their job for you on this end, and I don't understand why, because they could use this as, hey, we're a promotion company who had this band win music awards because of, partially because of us, because we got the word out on this band. At the beginning of the music awards, I had a fundraiser. We had 17 interviews. We've been releasing them periodically since. Then when the music award ballot came out, we offered out 35 interviews with our partner, 100% Rock magazine. We handed out 35 of them. We got 10 back. Now, sent most of these through the promoters, because that's who my contact is, and that's how, in the proper business terms, you don't skirt the person who gave you the contact. You go right to them and you let them handle it. They're the middleman. They want to be the middleman. You hired them as the middleman. But I only received 10 of those back. And these are ways that, and I don't know if they didn't reach you. I don't know if you guys weren't interested. I'm not exactly sure. But you should be interested in those things, because our partner, 100% Rock Magazine, they're no slouch. If you go check out their website, they're promoting more than just the up-and-coming bands. They're talking to big-time acts. Now, you may not have you may not have heard of them on the level of, Rolling Stone or anything like that, but they were kind enough to become a partner with us and give you guys the opportunity to tell the world about yourself in a different forum beyond the Banger Music Hour. So I think you guys, anybody who's listening, should probably contact your promoter, and if you didn't get it, find out why. And if you did get it and you're not interested, tell them not to send me your stuff anymore. That'll be easy enough. If you're not interested, then I don't have to be interested either. But I'm just saying, guys, we're all in this together. Rock is not king anymore. And if we want to give rock a real shot, we have to kind of all lift ourselves together. So I appreciate all the bands that have put the effort in. I would say on average, there's about one per category that have done the diligent work. And you can see that in their ballot numbers. Of course, you don't know them. We know where everybody stands right now. But as a whole, I think we need a little more effort out of you guys. Tell the people who you're asking to vote for you how to do it, at very least. Don't just share a promo pic and expect Mr. and Mrs. America, Mr. and Mrs. UK, Mr. and Mrs. Greece to know what to do, how to do it, or even care. So with that being said, we're going to remind you that you've got about 2 weeks left to vote. You can vote once per week per email address. So in my humble opinion, you should have been promoting each and every week, just like on a Monday. Hey, don't forget, we're still up for vote. If you voted for us, thanks. Vote for us again, because you can. And if you haven't voted for us, please consider voting for us now, because we need your vote. I just thought of that off my head. That was easy. Anyways, folks, keep tuned in to the Banger Music Hour. We're going to be, as soon as a few things are sorted out here, we're going to be putting up all the interviews from the Banger Music Award fundraiser for you to check out and, get more acquainted with the bands. We're also going to make available all the Dirty Dozen interviews. You can already go to all the artist spotlights that have already been put out. We have a few more coming. We just wanted to wait till after the holiday. I had a birthday in there as well, so I had to take a little time off. You guys, there's been a lot of work going on behind the scenes over here. So, anyways, I've talked long enough. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Out of here.